I said after Liberation Day last April, when the president imposed tariff levels on the whole world, I tell everyone, sit back, take a deep breath, do not retaliate, do not retaliate.
Do not retaliate was the message. Let's bring in Steve Moore, a former senior economist for President Trump, and Robert Wolf, a Fox News contributor and former economic advisor to President Obama. Welcome to you both. First up, your expectations as the president and the press secretary could come out any moment now. Steve, this will mark 1 year in office for President Trump. What do you believe his message will be?
Well, Sandra, you did a great job earlier in the show talking about the amazing accomplishments of this president. And I was thinking back that it was almost exactly a year ago Trump was inaugurated. And at that time, a lot of Robert's friends on the Democrat side of the aisle were saying we were going to have a depression, a stock market crash. The economy was just going to grow at a very slow rate. And, we've had nothing but good news on the economy. It was 3% growth in the third quarter, 4% growth in the third quarter, and now we've got 5% growth. That's a blockbuster number we haven't seen in a long time. So I think that my friend Robert and some of his Democratic friends are running out of things to complain about. It's a really strong economy, looking good, and let's not forget those low gas prices, which everyone enjoys every time they go to the gas pump.
Okay, so, Liberation Day, you go back to that moment, Robert, and you think, wow, the critics, they had people really scared. They had investors scared. They were saying, the world's going to end when it comes to the U.S. stock market. Here we are at record highs, down a little bit today. There's some uncertainty playing out in today's trading session. But, we have really only seen an American stock market that has gone up. It's still near 49,000 for the Dow.
Yeah, first of all, Liberation Day was chaotic and crazy, and the execution was poorly, and everyone said that, the Republicans and the Democrats. And Steve, I'm your friend, whether I'm a Democrat or Republican, we've been friends for years. So what I would say is, yes, the market has gone up, but the glass could be half full or half empty, depending who you speak to. Manufacturing jobs are down almost 100,000 for the last 12 months. You look at today's announcement on tariffs. Yes, the stock market didn't like it.
Just so you know, manufacturing jobs were down under Biden, and President Trump has made a central promise to bring those back.
Wait, you don't let me finish. You let him finish. We're talking about his 12-month period. Do you want to talk about Biden? We can, but we're talking about his 12-month period.
Hold on. It's the same thing you said many times as you have. You've also talked about electricity prices.
I'm going to.
I figured you were going that direction, so I came prepared.
We were talking about tariffs.
Okay, but one thing I just want to point out on that, just like the manufacturing jobs, electricity prices were up 30% in Biden's 4 years in office. And now I'm hearing from Democrats, the electricity prices, well, they're only up 4.5% under Trump. Where were they then?
And you know what? And Biden didn't win. And you take these bows for the last 12 months.
Go ahead.
You want to talk about the 12 months?
You go.
You know what? Let's just blame Biden, okay? Now that we've blamed Biden, let me finish, okay? Right now, our biggest trading partners are France and Germany and the European Union, and they're not happy today. And this approach with tariffs over Greenland, I don't think is a smart approach. The market doesn't think it's a smart approach. Besson can gaslight everyone he wants and say, everyone stand by. But today, affordability is getting hit. Mortgage prices have backed up, okay? I guarantee with rates backing up, that's not a good sign. And people are selling America. So to Martha's point, yes, he's acting like a bull in a china shop. And I'm hopefully that long run it works. But day to day, this undue volatility is not good for business. There's not a business person in America that thinks a trading war with the European Union is a good thing.
But Robert, people are not selling America, they're buying America. My goodness, we have hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars coming into the United States being invested here. Now, look, you're right, today is a down day on the market, but the market's up a lot in the last year.
I'm not talking about the stock market.
U.S. economy.
Steve, I'm not talking about the stock market, just like the Wall Street Journal said. 96% of tariffs have been paid by American companies and American consumers. Let's quit gaslighting the Americans. Even you say, Steve, it's a tax on the consumer. You've said it 1,000 times. So how is tariffs today a good thing?
No,
how are more tariffs today a good thing? Just answer that question. Is it a good thing or not?
No, look, I'm
Thank
not
you.
a big fan. I'm not a big fan of tariffs,
Thank
but
you.
look at the big beautiful tax bill. The fact that he's repealed 100 regulations
Hold on.
for
So
every
let's
regulation.
inject
How about
another
the
voice here.
pro-America
Hold on,
energy
hold
policy?
on.
You got to look at it in total, and it's
do.
looking really good.
I
When's
think-
the last time we saw 5% growth, Robert?
I think that's a fair point to make. I don't know where you're getting selling America. You'll have to back that up with
Where
some
the
receipts.
bonds- where the
Here's
bonds are.
Bank of America Chief Brian Moynihan on the impact of tariffs on small business clients. Listen to this.
Our small business customers are telling us they're fine. They figured out the tariffs. They figured out things. They still want to make sure the employee base stays stable, and I think that's working itself through. So they're hiring more people, and they feel good.
I don't know where you get selling America from one
From
of
the
the
bonds
biggest.
today, time out. They're selling America. Bonds are down big time. There's a sell-off in bonds
One
today.
day does not make a trend.
I didn't say that. I said today.
What's the trend?
We don't know yet.
I just don't. That's a big
Rates are
statement.
backing up.
It's a big statement. All right,
Rates are backing up.
so-
Is that true or not true today?
Rates are down.
Because people are selling treasuries. We have 30 plus trillion of debt. The idea that France and our partners would be selling treasuries is not a good sign.
I don't know where one day makes a
Robert.
trend, but I'll give you a final
'cause look,
thought
we
as
got-
the
we
president
got
might come out
virtually
soon.
an all-time high in the NASDAQ, an
I didn't
all-time high in the
question that.
Dow, an all-time high in the S&P. I'm not just talking about the stock market, but you can't say people are selling America when you've got all this capital. And as you know, Sandra, Trump's talking about trillions of dollars of trade deals where these companies are going to be creating jobs, building factories, building machinery, building jobs here in the U.S.
Yep, shovel ready. We've heard that.
Well, it's coming.
We've heard shovel
We-
ready.
we
That's
sure
why
have.
manufacturing jobs are down.
Don't use
We've
that
heard
term.
Oh,
By the way,
dear.
remember the golden shovel we brought out? Remember Trump's golden shovel at the Microsoft plant? That didn't happen? Come on. We've heard that before.
We're talking about two different things here. Oh, boy. I appreciate the discussion and the debate. Thank you very much to both of you. We'll see what the president has to say a few moments from now.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.